And we are back. I'm live again. Let's sit here for a minute. Just gonna enjoy a nice, creepy, slow zoom on Bud's face while we wait for some people. Oh, that is disgusting. Hold on a second, guys. Turns out that... That's gross. Well, I hope this is working. Alright, hopefully this stream is working. I hope. Fingers crossed, but what's going on today is it's actually my 2-year anniversary of being on YouTube, so I decided to have a little stream to celebrate that. I do have a full video that I'll be uploading later on for the 2-year anniversary, and beyond that, hey Tim Treadless, beyond that, I actually have a new intro and outro that I made yesterday that I'm gonna be using for I guess the next, I don't know how long, but until I have another new intro. So, for those of you who just joined, today is my 2-year anniversary of being on YouTube, so you might recognize the significance of this, but this was the thumbnail of my first video, because before you're like a registered channel, they just, alright, Tim Treadless, alright, bye. Hey, Ken Mix Cars. But before you're like a registered YouTube channel, you can't make your own thumbnail, and this ended up being the pre-chosen thumbnail for my first video. Of course, not in this area, it was in my original filming location, which I'll head over to in just a bit. But my first review ever was on Bud here, because I was on vacation, I was on vacation the week before I started my channel. That whole vacation, I had that idea for being on YouTube in my head. And I went into a Target, and they had a whole back wall of deluxes. Just a whole back of the aisle, just all deluxes. Hey, Disney Cars Collector! And they had just a whole back wall of deluxes. And they were all the Bud case. So that meant there were probably about 9 different Buds there. I only ever bought one. I probably should have gotten all 9 of them. But I don't know, that was so weird that that store, it's crazy to think that one store had about 10 of the 4,000 Buds produced. I don't know what the exact number was for Bud. It might have been 4,000. So that's how I got this Bud on vacation. Then, when I got home, a few days later, I made this channel. Originally, I was going to be called T-Cars. And then I decided, no, I'm going to do more than just cars. We all know where that went. It went nowhere. But originally the channel's name was T-Cars, and then I just did T-Toy reviews. And then I just added the tie to the end there. But Bud, I thought he would be an interesting first review, because not only had I just recently gotten him, he was a super chase. I wish it was an unboxing review, but instead it was me just talking about this guy for 8 minutes. And I sounded like this. Okay, I didn't sound like that. But my voice was a whole lot lighter. Bud is just... Bud's just such a weird car because you only ever see the back of him. You only ever see this. And the movie. Sorry if it's not focused. But you only ever see that. And so they just had to create the rest of the car. So this whole side is blank. The face here is like just a blank expression. He looks really weird. It's a car that I actually display like that because that's all you see. That's the most interesting thing. Yeah, this in the movie is all you see of Bud. So that's what's so special about him. That's why he's a super chase. This is the jackalope from some Pixar short called Boundin'. It was a really weird short. That was a really weird one. It was like all done musically, and there was this guy. I think it had something to do with like shearing sheep. I don't remember. I watched it after I made my Bud review, but after that I was really struggling to figure out what cars to review. I wanted, of course, I was a very small channel at the time, and I wanted to be reviewing cars that people thought were interesting, but I wasn't getting any new cars. So I reviewed Dr. Damage and Fabulous McQueen, and they were all longer form reviews. They were all like 8 minutes. Of course, I've shortened it since then. I was actually watching my old Grem and Acer review, which was the first ever suggestion review I did. That was from Fabulous Cars Fan 129. You might know him. He was my first subscriber, and he's a really good friend of mine. He suggested those two, and I was watching that review the other day, and it was just painfully long. It was painfully long. I would just reiterate the same points. I was just saying the same things over and over again, showing the car in random order. Of course, now, just take a random car, for example. I've got a whole system for how I review a car. Let's just take a normal Cruise, for example. You go over the front, then the side, then the back, then I briefly show the other side, because there's usually not that much different on the other side, and then I show the base. It's as simple as that, but for my older reviews, I was really overcomplicating things. So I'm glad I was able to find a whole formula that wouldn't make my reviews be 8 minutes long each. I would just prefer shorter reviews like what I have now. And as long as I'm on the topic of the history of my channel, Cars Adventures was originally super different. I made like 3 videos before I uploaded Cars Adventures, the first episode, which is not a good episode. I didn't even, fun fact there, it's called Carburetor Crash. I didn't spell carburetor correctly. I've just left it like that. Just as a little joke for myself that, oh yeah, hey, this episode of this series that now has way too many episodes, you didn't spell the title right. It's carburetor. Carburetor's a difficult word to spell. But I spelled carburetor wrong, which I just think is the funniest thing. But before that episode, I filmed like 3 other ones. Yeah, the lack of detail on Bud is just... It's annoying, and he's a super chase, so you should really be expecting more. Apparently, having some nice paint on his back is enough to make him a super chase, which... I don't know, it really isn't. The 2016 Super Chases, what other ones were there? There was Mater with Duct Tape. There was Bud. J-Lo Lee also was a 2016 Super Chase. 2016, I think, is probably one of the weakest years. I think it's one of the weakest years for for super chases. They're just so bad. I found Mater with duct tape in the store. That's the only reason why I bought him, because in 2016 I wasn't buying a single car that came out like I am now. But Mater with duct tape is a really lazy super chase. It could have just been a normal release. Same thing with Bud and J-Lo Leaf, also from 2016, who I don't have. I feel like it's such a lazy one. But I mean, I do have Mater with duct tape. Here he is. Such an unnecessary super chase. Really is just. Yeah, shouldn't that be... This should totally be a car also. Yeah, you're totally right. But considering that was taken directly from a Pixar short, and they just left it on normally as an Easter egg. Yeah, that should totally be a car also. Such a weird little thing. Sorry for a delay on the stream. I'm pretty sure the video is a bit delayed, but whatever. Hey, Michael's Fantastic Cars. But I don't know, it's really weird with Bud. And we haven't had, well, we've had Globy this year. I haven't had the luck of finding Globy. Globy, I think Globy's a good super chase because he's just such a weird car. Globy really couldn't be released in any other form. Of course, he could have just been a normal deluxe, but I think a super chase is right for him because he's just such a weird. He's so weird. Oh, cool. September 28th. So you started your channel like almost exactly a month after me. No, I don't have. At the moment, my only extra cars are. My only extra cars. I don't think I have any extra cars. At least not at the moment. But I have had some customs in the works for a few months. You'll be getting to see those pretty soon. I said this at the way beginning of the stream before anybody joined, but today I'm going to be releasing a new intro. September 25th, 2016. You've been here before any of us. Yeah, I've seen your customs. Yeah, I have. They're good. But I've got a new intro that I'm going to be working on. That I have already worked on. I mean, I'm done with the new intro. But exactly what it is, I can't show you all until later today. I filmed a whole video for the 2-year anniversary. Basically just me talking about everything. Going through. Yeah. Customs, this is what I say for anybody who ever, like, asks me about customs. You're gonna improve. That's just how it works. As you keep on doing it, you're gonna keep on improving. Like, here's a custom, and I'll frequently update my customs, but here's one I did last year. This is based off of one of McQueen's paint jobs in one of the video games where he looks like a lightning in the sky. But that's one that I made a few years ago. Then here's one that I made 3 months ago. This is from a year ago. That's yeah, the correct spoilers. That's something that I need to do. I got a few comments for. Now, I don't usually make. Hold on, let me go grab my JP drive. My policy is I don't make custom cars of cars that I think are gonna be released. Here's my JP drive. I'm sure, of course, the next gen Spearmint and everyone are going to be released, but I just made a JP drive because I've got a feeling it's going to be a while. No, I don't collect Hot Wheels, but I do have I do have quite a few. I don't collect them, but I have quite a few, and I have a whole lot of the track, as I used to love making the Hot Wheels tracks. Maybe I'll do something with that on my second channel. Yeah, I have 2 JD McPillars. Let's head on back over there. I got this one from the Next Gen 4 pack, and this one from one of the 11 packs, so I made that into a damaged one. So I keep getting comments in these streams about how bad the Thailand Berry D-Pedal is. I again have him from the Next Gen 4 pack, but I've been seeing some pictures of him. He really does not look too good. His eyes are tiny. They're really weirdly spread apart. The Thailand Berry D-Pedal, just really weird. They've messed up. Is Eric Rodale's? Isn't he the Nitroid hauler? I don't have him, but I will show you the haulers I do have if you guys want to see it. I think he was the Nitroid hauler, right? I don't have. He looks constipated. I don't have many. I don't have many haulers. I only have the Cars 3 ones. You know what? I'll be right back because unfortunately my phone is on 20%, so I gotta go get a charger. I'll be right back. And we are back. I'm back. All right. Okay. All right. Gotta plug this in. 3 Thailand berries. You turn 2 into customs. That's good. Yeah. If you do some modifications to Miss Fritter, like really heavy modifications, you can make her into a normal school bus. That's gonna go beyond just doing a repaint, you know? You gotta cut off the horns. Miss Fritter's a really difficult... Miss Fritter's a really difficult car to make customs out of. Yeah. Just painting. That'd be funny, though. I should do, like, an episode where Miss Fritter just becomes a normal school bus. I always make jokes whenever I see a school bus. Like, do you think kids were afraid to ride the school bus after they saw Cars 3? 7 cam spinners. Yeah, I guess I already know why. I'll usually only buy one of a car. Unless I don't buy multi-packs frequently, but most of the custom cars I get are just ones from 5 packs, 11 packs, however many. But again, whenever I see a school bus, I always wonder, do you think Cars 3 scared kids away from wanting to ride the school bus, or made them want to ride the school bus more? Yeah, 1 Fireball Beach Racer, yeah. So I have... The China one came from the Michael Roeder. No, he came from one of the packs. I've been passing up on 11 packs since recently. They haven't really had any exclusive cars. I made sure not to buy the Michael Roeder, the pack with Michael Roeder in it, just because I knew he'd be coming out as a single. Now I have him as a single. Of course, there's the new 11 pack with corrected Paunchy. Now Paunchy's out as a single. It's good if you really want the China versions, if you're... It's It's good if you really, really, really want the China versions and you're willing to spend a lot of money to get the versions without the eye plates, but I'll just settle for the singles. Yeah, I've said this multiple times, but I've never found the Fireball Beach Racer Michael Roeder. I have no idea why. Whenever I go to Target, hey, you bought the pack and got one loose, yeah. I I don't know why. My Targets have never had him. I have all of the Beach Racers aside from Michael Roeder. It's just something that I just don't get. Has he been selling that well for the last year? I doubt it. All my Targets have way too many of the Fireball Beach Racers. Those are good for customs, except actually they're not really, because then you have to pay an extra $1 to buy them. $8.50 for you. I'm not sure what time it is for me. I think it's almost... Yay, time zones. But let's go. Let's move back over to the other shelf so we could count up how many variants I have for each car. Yeah, the fan favorites. Target hates Michael Roeder, yeah. No, my Target hates singles. They haven't had any singles for a while. So I have, I think, about 5 Ryan Laney's. I've got the normal one, the beach one. These are some custom ones. This was a repaint of the 2018 variant where his eyes were larger for some reason. But I didn't keep that. I just repainted that. And then this one was for a video where he dressed up. And then I've got 3 Tim Treadlesses just because they're all different variants. I've got 2 Richie Gunzits. Only have that one lonely Michael Roeder. Got Paul and his Beach Racer variant. We've got normal, Cam, and Rich, and then their Beach Racer variants. Now, why do you guys think they're next to each other for a reason? The Thailand Chase Race a lot. Yeah, I've had... No, not the Thailand one. I've got the China one. I don't know if I'll pick the Thailand one up. I don't buy the Thailand variants of every one. I just buy them for certain ones. No, Tim Treadless has his spoiler. He's good. He's got it. But why do you guys think that these two are next to each other? I'm sure you'll come up with the right answer, but why would I put these two next to each other? No. Oh, Tim's missing the spoiler on the XRS one. He's got a spoiler. He's just got a really, really ridiculously large spoiler for no reason. I just stepped on a McQueen. Yeah, they both have voices. They were both in Driven to Win, so I made sure to put them next to each other. Nice job, Michael Roeder. Herb Kerbler, you guys have seen, he's gonna get a Thailand variant. I don't know, maybe I'll pick him up. I kind of pick and choose. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, these spoilers are really weird on the XRS ones. I just don't. They're just so weird. They're so huge. Morning, Interstate. But I just kind of pick and choose with what Thailand cars. The Rev and Go Racer, male or female, I'm not quite sure. I'm good, Interstate. How are you? I like Herb Kerbler. Herb Kerbler. I really like Herb Kerbler, probably because he was one of my first next gens. He was like the first next gen I bought online. But I like him quite a bit. These two Sheldon shifters look like they're both normal Sheldon shifters, but the one on the right is the Fireball Beach Racer variant. That's why I don't really like the Beach Racers. You're the first to show footage of the drag racers. Cool. I don't really like the Beach Racers. I like them, but I feel like they could have done a bit more. You know, the Thomasville Racers and the XRS cars, they all have different paint jobs. Will I buy the Doc Medical Clinic? If it actually comes out, I totally will, because it's really cool. I like it so much, and it's a shame that they had that whole project to save the racing garage, and then barely anybody contributed, which is sad. So I've been working on my closet door here where I put up all my card backs. I've decided to combine the Blue Desert with these guys, and eventually when I get enough Blue Desert cars, I'll just have them overtake this whole area. But so far, I've just ended off right here. Let's remove these and we'll continue later. Yeah, I've got a couple customs of my own car. The one problem being that none of them look like my profile picture. Alright, so I'm gonna take a bit of a walk here. And by a walk, I mean I'm gonna take about 10 steps. No, Spiky. No, Spiky's the little Turkey Pistons car. That's just so confusing with Spiky and Eric. Spiky is the little Turkey Pistons car. So I got... No, I don't have Instagram. I'm only here on YouTube, and then I'm also in the Tap Talk Cars community from time to time. I'm a part of it. I just comment from time to time. So this is the new bonus room that I have. I'm not finished with it, but this is going to be the place where I move all my pit crews, as you can see, then Piston Cup staff and Piston Cup reporters and fans, and everything. And this, as I mentioned earlier, this is my hauler collection, just the Cars 3 ones. I don't even have a normal Mac. That's my only Mac. That and the Pit Crew Mac cab. I'd love to get... Why do I have two of the same Smokey? Actually, they're slightly different. Smokey, a few months after his release, was replaced with a new Smokey that's a bit longer. So now we've called this one Long Bed Smokey, and that's the original Smokey. So that's why there are two Smokies. They're only slightly different. And I'm amassing my army of Rusty's Racing Center trainees. There are way too many of these guys. These are actually two different Texas. This is the 2007 one, then this is one I got in 2018. I'm not sure if the paint just faded or if he actually got an updated mold. I'm not quite sure with that. But I'm really excited to keep going with this. I've got to finish up all the Piston Cup staff and everyone. And these are all of my Piston Cup pitties with their corresponding teams. So we got Not Chuck there. We got Bruiser Bukowski. We got Luke Pedalwork. We have the whole Leakless team, including two Stacy's. No, I don't have Sadeep and Christoph. Hopefully they get a re-release in America. We got Petrol Pulaski. All these guys, Megan and Mike, and the Trunk Fresh Pity, and Brian, and the Easy Idle Pity. Then we get into Cars 2. I also have the new 2-packs with Raul's Pit Crew and Rip's Pit Crew. I just don't have them open yet. Probably tomorrow. I got quite a few reviews I need to make. I was actually at the Disney store earlier this week. Here's the Disney Store cars, conveniently. And they re-released their JP Drive now as one of those pullback cars. So that's cool. I was finally able to pick up the Disney Store JP Drive, which is really cool. I also got their Radiator Springs McQueen and their Memos Rojas Jr. and Frosty, which is cool because those were only ever Super Chases from Mattel. Gonna slide on. Yeah, Gabriel's missing his spoiler. I got him at a thrift store, so that's why he, looks kind of off. Then this is where I moved all of my Cars 2 cars, which I should probably get a couple more. And then a few guys from Cars 3 there from Thomas Hill. So, here we go. I'm gonna move on back here. I'm gonna be ending the stream in a few minutes, just so you guys know. And we're back. So, I've got a lot of reviews to do, like I was saying earlier. Got a bunch of, what if SpongeBob was in Cars 3 legally? That couldn't have happened. What we've got? I've got a JP Drive review for the Disney Store one that I've got to make. And then beyond that, I have 3 more 2-packs. And then after that, I also have I have 4 Disney Store cars, 3 2-packs, and the fan favorite Sheriff, and 2 Mini Racer 3-packs. So I'm really busy for the next 2. Yeah, a lot of cars in the background of Cars 3 look like Hugos, and the car that's one of the cars that's interviewing Jeff Gorvette looks like a blue gremlin to me. So I like to think that maybe they changed their ways. Some of the lemons, they were allowed out of jail and they got new lives. I'm not saying that all the lemons were actually evil or anything. And I'm also not saying that they're 100% Hugos and gremlins and everything. But they definitely look like them, and it would probably save on costs to reuse the animation models from Cars 2 as new background characters. Alright, Kin Mix Cars. Probably gonna end the stream when it hits the 40-minute mark. But again, I want to thank you all for being here for the last 2 years. Custom Mini Racer Ralph Carlo and Todd Marcus. That's cool. Hopefully they make more normal racers as mini racers. They've been really lazy with those. That's alright, DJ Cookie. And they've been really weird with the mini racers. They just have barely been making. Does that ship have a lightsaber? No. Nope. No, that was just, he just had red paint on his side. But in one of my earliest reviews, I used a lightsaber from an action figure as a pointer. I don't do that anymore, but I don't know. I might still have. We move on over here. No, I don't have the lightsaber with them over here. Mini Racer Guido and Lizzie. I really, really hope so. Still waiting on those two. H.J. Hollis got released as a mini racer, so hopefully that opens up the door for some more. Opens the door for some more cars. Megan, next to Megan, we've got Mike's stock car up here. Hopefully that opens the door for different cars to be mini racers in the future. Do I have the Stanley statue? Yeah. I don't display him with my actual race cars, or sorry, with my actual Radiator Springs cars, just because I keep him in my town. Except you'll never even see him in a Cars Adventures episode because the base has been separated from the top of Stanley and I need to re-glue it, so it barely ever appears. It's always in 2 pieces in 2 random places. I should probably fix that. No, it's not next gen. The next gens are gonna go down here under the Cars 2 guys. So I'm planning on doing a room tour probably, maybe on the second channel. Except my floor is just a mess of a bunch of card backs and miscellaneous Legos. So I probably should get to cleaning that. Yeah. And I need to give all my Star Wars figures their accessories back. I don't know where they went. Where's your lightsaber, Obi-Wan? Alright. Anything bad going on lately? No, I've got to go back to school in about 5 days. I don't consider that a bad thing, but what I would say is kind of bad is that I'm going to have to start uploading a bit less, but aside from that, I've been doing well. What else is there to show? I do have the Stanley statue. I just don't keep it with my cars. I just don't keep it with my other cars. I keep it with the town. So, for those of you who don't recognize this area, this is my doorway. And, hey Crazy Cars, the only reason why I'm showing it is because this is where I filmed my first few videos, which as you could tell is really uncomfortable because I'm basically laying down. Thanks, Crazy Cars. I'm currently on my knees with like my head tilted to the side. This is really uncomfortable and I'm so glad that I moved my location. But since that began... No, I don't have the courthouse in any form. I know they released it in a little plastic set. Yeah, Disney Cards Collector. I think I start on the 3rd. So that's just a bit of a warning for fewer videos. I don't know, would you count this as a doorway? This is just where my door opens and then go on through there. But I'm so glad that I moved where I filmed because that would have been so uncomfortable. Imagine I still... Say your name, the Remix God. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry for that. Your name has to be said. Your name has to be said with a certain amount of emphasis, you know? You got one of those names that, you've got to say dramatically. I'm just gonna do a creepy zoom on this guy. I had a McQueen Squinky. One of the car's Squinkies in this guy's mouth for a good few months. Oh man, hold on, the cord from my charger got caught in this guy. Thanks, you almost cost me all these guys falling over. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's go back to the Yes, I have the Porg. I've got the Porg. And all of its kinda creepiness. The McQueen Funko Pop, very cool. I have the Guido one, and I've got the... I have a bunch. I've got a bunch of Star Wars ones. The McQueen Squinky, it's in a container. I've got a bunch of Star Wars ones, and but my main disappointment with those is that their wheels didn't even move. But I have Guido and I have Fabulous McQueen. I have no idea where they are, but I've got a bunch of Star Wars ones up on a shelf above that area where I keep all the action figures and the Porg. No, I don't have any pets. No, I don't. Hey, JD. I always, you know what really bothers me? I have these two spoilers back here. These are from I'm gonna move again. They're from 2 Jackson Storms, these two guys right here. I'm doing pretty well, Interstate. These 2 Jacksons, and their spoilers just wouldn't attach again. Like, I've ripped spoilers off of Tim Treadless, that's pretty easy. Yeah, the stream, I don't know. I'll keep it going for a few more minutes. Thailand Speedy Comet, very cool. That's awesome, actually. I think it was just released. It's pretty easy to rip the spoiler off of a Tim Treadless, so I've done that multiple times for customs. Thanks, JD. Yeah, it's been 40 minutes. I'm going to keep it going for maybe 5 more minutes. But for Jackson Storm, if you successfully pull off his spoiler, it's not going back on. Yeah, this is my Jackson. Maybe I should get a replacement. He's pretty dented. Thanks, Interstate. Gonna move back over to the left here. So for the rest of the week, you know what? I'll go over what's going on for the next few days while my before I go back to school. So let's see. Today's Thursday. There wasn't an episode of Cars Adventures yesterday. I filmed it and then realized that it wasn't all that good. No, I haven't seen that short, but I'll make sure to check it out later. But that episode wasn't really all that good, so I decided to retake it. Yeah, here's the part of my room that you never see. You might recognize this guy from my first ever intro, which I don't like to talk about, except it's hilarious. He was holding a lightsaber. Alright, I'll see you later, Michael. That's just my original intro. It's the weirdest thing ever. It's a few iMovie, bit of iMovie running. Yeah, I have a whole bin of nothing but the 4-inch figures. These are my only Black Series ones. I've got a bunch. I got them all from a comic shop for the most part. They're all in just a big old bin. Over here, I've got the Cars bin. This is for all my Hot Wheels and other things. Then I've got the Star Wars bin, which I don't want to attempt to open, but that's just... I dropped something. That's just fully packed with stuff there. Just gonna close that back up and hope that nothing just gets destroyed in there. But what I like about the cars is they're cheap. They're $4, $5 each, and with these Star Wars and Marvel figures, they're $20. Like you're paying $20 for this. Okay, that one's cool, but you're paying $20 for. Let's find the least exciting one. That's gonna be cool. I'll make sure to check out the Star Wars videos. You're paying $20 for this guy. Actually, he was in a 2-pack with Akbar. So you're paying $40 for that, for those two. These Marvel figures, it's Marvel's, thanks about the light switch. This is just my closet light switch. You guys want to see the most intense light switch of all time? It's just so epic. Look at that. Everybody loves farm animals. Why haven't I changed this? I've had this since I was like 3, but it's the most intense, manly light switch you'll ever see. Look at that. Just, wow, that's intense right there. What a light switch. What a light switch. Rip Akbar. Yup, he died off screen. That's kind of disappointing. But these Marvel figures, it's Marvel's 80th anniversary, so they released a whole figure line for it. And farms are just the manliest thing you could ever think of. And and I picked one of the 2-packs up, $50 for two figures, for 2 of these. I don't have it open yet because it was $50 and I just have to wait until Christmas to open it. Because it was $50. Yeah, Iron Man's death was sad. I'm missing an Iron Man figure. I need to get an Iron Man figure. I don't know. I have the weirdest collection for Marvel figures. I've just kind of been picking and choosing. This Captain America is from a different company. He's not on scale with the rest. And then I just have Thor. I don't have a Hulk figure. I don't have Iron Man. I need to get an Iron Man. I don't have a normal Spider-Man, but I've got Spider-Man with a mohawk and guitar. And I've got Wolverine down there, who will be staying in this pose forever because it's wonderful. Someone thought it was a good idea to make his claws rubber and detachable, so now they just fall off all the time. I don't know. I just have the weirdest selection of these guys. I probably should get some more ones. Do I have any Star Wars cars? Yep, I've got. Let's move on. Then I've got Vader Mater and R2 and 3PO. And what else? I've got Chewie. No, I don't have Mysterio. I wish I had Mysterio. I was been looking for Mysterio. No, I don't have Mysterio. I don't have Mysterio yet. I'm waiting for the Mysterio wave to actually hit my stores. Yeah, Darth Vader. They just had to do it because Vader Mater rhymes. And then I also have the Chick Hicks Boba Fett, but that is really, really, really covered in dust, so I'm not going to bother showing that because it's really dusty, and I should probably do something about it. But no, I don't have Mysterio. The Mysterio figures are all really cool, though. I do have a, I do have... Oh, the green one, that's Blink. That's a minor X-Men character who nobody knows about. It's just a background character. I like background characters, so I basically bought that figure as a joke because nobody has any idea who it is. Same with this guy. This was one of Thanos' guys. I'm gonna move back on over. And I'm gonna start wrapping up the stream. Vader. That's fun right there. Hey, Holly. Yeah, I have the 2006 Red, the small Red. I have 4 versions of Red. My favorite Star Wars character. Okay. As I was just saying about the Marvel figures, I love background characters. So I've got to say Admiral Akbar has always been one of my favorites. Nine Numb, who was another background character. He's been in multiple movies now. He's another one of my favorite characters. I know it's weird that my favorite characters are just background characters, but if I had to pick from the main cast, I loved Obi-Wan in the prequels, and it's so cool. He's going to be getting his own show now, so that's awesome. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be ending the stream in about 2 minutes. So now. Yeah, I would do that, but my chips, they're pretty minor. The chips in my cars aren't really all that bad, aside from this guy right here, who, that's kind of bad. Okay, you have the Star Wars Visual Dictionary. You know what I have? I have way too many Star Wars books. Ready? Behold the gallery, by DJ Cookie, of all of my Star Wars books that I have. We've got the visual dictionaries for almost all the movies. I have one for, like, the full history. I've got a bunch of legends. I even have a book called Obsessed with Star Wars. Because apparently that's what I am because of all these other books. So, there you go. Again, I'll probably do a room tour on the second channel. But with that said, I think I'm going to be wrapping it up. Thank you guys for 2 amazing years. Here's to another one. And I'll see you guys next time. Yeah, you have most of those. See? See, that's normal. It's normal to be overly obsessed with the Star Wars. Why is there an Angry Birds book? There was an Angry Birds Star Wars game a while ago. Which is, like, such a weird crossover. Not as weird as Angry Birds Transformers. That was also a thing. Anyway, guys, I've just been told the stream is lagging a bit. I want to start wrapping it up. So, throw in your last goodbyes here, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks, JD. Sorry that this stream is so delayed. Bye, Remix God. Should probably be saying that in a more dramatic voice again. You stole my Legos. You stole all my Legos? I just showed all the Star Wars books. You don't want to see how many Legos I have. I have way too many Legos. I have bins. I have massive bins color-coded. Bye, JD. Alright. See you guys next time. Gotta do the snap before the bye now. I don't know why I do that. I always go. See you guys next time. Bye now. Good luck with the stealing cars, Skin Mix Cars. Alright. See you guys later. Bye now.